What's going on, guys? Today, I am going to show you the best rods to buy for not very much. A pretty cheap buy, a pretty cheap steal. So let's get right into it. Let's look at my most useful rods at the moment. Now, I want to clarify, these are not all of my rods. These are just a good representation of what I use the most. I have some antique rods that I don't use that are I just keep for sentimental value. I have rods my father gave me, my grandfather gave me that I do not use because I don't want to break them or anything to happen to them. So this is my starting lineup. This is my team right here. My best team. Now I'm going to show you and tell you kind of the budget, at least in my area and my places that I bought these. So let's just get started. I tried to go in size order kind of for the most part. So we'll start right here. Now, this is an ugly stick with a Shakespeare, the GX2. It's super lightweight, and it's even got the very nice finish at the end there, which a lot of ugly sticks do. Now, this was about 45 bucks, okay? Now, yes, that isn't the cheapest, but listen, you know, you buy something very cheap, you're going to have a problem with it, probably. I mean, this is a clean rod, man. You see the detail on there. You see just how nice it really is. And this rod's been with me for about, I think, over 2 years now, and I've still been using this rod, and it's worked just fine. Of course, the line's been switched out a few times, but that's just when it gets to sitting a long time, you know? Okay, so this is one that I really want to talk about for a second, because this is a South Bend. I think it's the Microlight. That's right, Microlight, and got the Microlight reel. It's a super clean color. This is very new. I actually forgot to take this off. This is about a few weeks old, but it has been amazing. And guys, this rod was 20, I think 27, 25 bucks, like that, something like that, at Runnings in my town. So, you know, that is a pretty solid rod for that little amount. So, I mean, keep that in mind. South Bend, very good, very clean. It's been really nice. Okay, now, let's get to this rod. Now, don't laugh. Yes, it's an Ozark Trail. Now, everybody knows Ozark Trail, the cheapest fishing gear, cheapest anything outdoor gear you can get. Now, I don't know about all their other stuff, but I've got this rod a long time ago, and I really only use it as a bait pole. You can see right there. You know, I mean, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But guys, this has done fine. The only thing is I think it came with line that was very crappy, so I did switch out the line. But you know, when you have lines sitting on the shelf for God knows how long before it even hits the store, you know, it's probably not going to be the best. So I would recommend changing out the line on a lot of poles, unless if it's maybe a custom build or something like that. Okay, let's move on. So this is, I already know this is the Proficiency. This is an amazing pole. Now, a lot of people had this pole, I think, because I saw this pole on a few videos, but I still rock with it. It's a little crooked here. It is a breakdown. It does break into two pieces. I don't think any of my other poles that I've showed, actually, yes, this Ozark one is a two-piece as well, but none of the other ones have been so far. But this is a great pole. I've had this for like 3 years. Amazing, amazing, and cool color scheme. I mean, I know it's a little flashy, but I'm actually using this as a catfish rod, which is kind of funny. Oh, a little ant. But anyways, I use this as a catfish rod. You can see is the hook and the big weight on there, but little slip weight. But that is 50-pound braid, 65-pound braid right there, and that is what I use this for. Now, this is probably my favorite rod that I own at the moment. It is freaking beautiful. Look at that color on it. Shiny, beautiful, beautiful handle. So nice to grip. Very comfortable. I got a big soft swim bait on there. I do great with bass for that. So this is a Shakespeare, and it's the Wild series. It is amazing, guys. Now this, oh, I'm sorry, I think this was about $30-something. I wanted to make sure I get the price range on these. I think this was about 30 to 40 bucks. Now this one's probably one of my more pricier poles, but it is a good steal because it was about 55 bucks. But guys, this is one of those poles that will last you a long time if you take good care of it. A long time, okay? Yeah, I love this rod. Okay, let's move on. I've got two of these technically. They're different time, like about them at different times, but I mean, they're the same pole, really, they are. So I'm kind of just going to talk about these in one. This is pretty new. I actually still have this on. I don't think I'm just buying these to show you. I just accidentally leave these on so much. I don't even know why. It's so uncomfortable to grab it like that, but I just leave it on because I forget to take it off, and then I get excited, go fishing, and forget. But these are great rods. But I have one critique. So over time, this is the old one. This is my older one. I bought this God knows how long ago. I think I've had this for maybe 6 years. This is an old rod. I mean, even the paint's like chipping off and stuff. But I've had this for a while, and the one problem is these are both breakdown poles, break into two poles. And this thing will fly off. The top piece will fly off. It starts to get loose. So I've thought about like super gluing it, but that upsets me that it can't just stick together well. Like you have to keep readjusting the tightness of the centerpiece there because it flies off. Now this one I haven't had that problem yet, but like I said, this one's old. So you know, with time, maybe that's just part of what happens with it. Now this is like I think 25 to 30. In mid 30s, so $25 to $35 pole. I think this was cheaper when I bought it at this time than here, but I mean, this is Lou's speed stick. I like speed stick. I have a few other speed sticks actually, but it's a good rod and it's solid. It's not a rod that's gonna, you know, mess up on you too much now. And then let's get to this thing, the bait caster, so I can fit in with the cool kids. Just kidding, I absolutely cannot stand bait casters. I'm sorry, guys. Call me a boomer. Call me whatever the hell you want. I just can't stand them. I just don't have any luck with them. I feel like I'm a worse fisherman with them. Like the biggest fish and the most fish I've ever caught have been on spin reels. Now, don't get me wrong. If you use these and have luck with them, which I know plenty of guys do, go right ahead. But just because the big brands, big guys use them, you ain't got to do it. Don't think you got to do it. Also, this rod, this is a very new rod. This is a Abu Garcia, and I thought it was amazing. I even made a video about it that you can go and watch. Let's check this out. How's it holding up, you ask? Oh, you know, just a broken rod tip. It broke. It's not focusing, but the tip, the very last eye is not... Let me try and do this here. The very last eye of it has broken off, my friends. Yeah, you can see it kind of, but that really sucks because it's messing up the cast of the pole. So we might have to put that out to pasture already, which is very sad. I was just doing this to kind of get more into bait casters, and that just proved my point. And I know you're thinking like, oh, but a rod tip, it broke, you know, and that's not even the part of the bait caster. I mean, that's true, but why is it when I buy a bait caster, of course the rod tip breaks, but I've treated some of these poles like dog crap. I mean, this pole, dude, it's a bait pole. I beat it up so much and nothing happens to it. I get this expensive Abu Garcia bait caster all fancy and the rod tip breaks. That's terrible. But, you know, hey, I'm not hating on you if you do bait casters. But that's just, and I'm getting to one bait caster, actually, that I do like. So this right here. This is the Goliath. This was about $50-something. This was like high 50s when I bought it. So, you know, that's why I say that maybe it made me more upset when it broke. So if I just clarify that. This bad boy right here, guys. This is a big game power series. Yes, this is the pole to get if you were a catfisherman. Now, you know I love to catch catfish. Most of these rods up until this point have been bass, except this Proficiency here is a catfish rod. But this pole right here, these last poles are all catfish rods. Now, this right here, this is 65-pound braids, and that is a Seahawk reel. That thing could be, yes, this thing could easily reel in an ocean fish with the right line on it. I mean, even with that 65-pound braid, you could probably get a few ocean fish with that size. But this pole was literally ready to just go and fish off the coast of Florida. I mean, this thing is strong. Big old hook on there. Big old hook. Now, I'm seeing double. That is a big game rod. Now, you might notice it is yellow and dingy. Yes, it is yellower than the other pole, which is funny as heck. I put Old Faithful Goldilocks on there. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. That is one of my favorite rods because I got it at a flea market, and I put it on there because I didn't have anything else to put on here because the rod that Goldilocks came with was a golden rod and it broke. I think it was just a cheap rod, but it was like looked cool because it was gold, so I got it for a few bucks. But then I put that on here because I thought it'd be cool to have, put the reel to use, and it looks cool. But I mean, it's a mix and match for sure. But I don't care. It's funny and it looks cool, so I keep it. Now that being said, these poles have never failed me. These poles have always held up, never snapped, never busted, never had a fish break off because of the rod. So I definitely highly recommend it. And here's the thing, these rods by themselves, most of these big game rods don't come with reels. Like, if you notice, I put both these on clearly. So let me tell you that the rods, whoops, sorry guys, the rods are very cheap themselves, but like literally I think I bought one of them for like 15 bucks or 20 bucks, but maybe it was 20 something, in that range. I would say anywhere from 15 to like 30 bucks, so I don't want to be wrong here. At least when I bought them. This was actually given to me by my dad, but the reason why I use this is because I know it's just a cheap rod he gave me. It was nothing special. I have like special rods from him that I don't use, but this is just I bought an exact replica of it, and it's still around today. You can go and buy these in the store right now. It's just literally because Ohio, where we live, is such a big state for big catfish that these rods are very popular with people. Now, let's get to probably one of my favorite rods. Now, I've had this actually for like a year and a half now. It is an ugly stick. I can't believe I still have this plastic on, but I just never really got around to taking it off, I guess. Now, this thing is a bait caster. Shakespeare on there. It's a they call it the ugly stick walleye rod, but I don't use it for walleye. I use it for giant catfish. It's got a depth count. It's absolutely insane. Now, that being said, this is the one bait caster I've ever had that I've liked. Every other one I've tried, I just haven't really had luck with. Point example. But I have had luck with. This pole has done great, but this is $100 rod right here. And reel, but, at least it comes with the rod and reel. It comes with a clicker, depth counter. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles, so that's why it's so dang fancy. But this thing is amazing. It's got that, that kind of tip on it that most ugly sticks, just like that one at the very end has, where it is very flexible. Like, this thing will not break. I've caught 40, 50-pound giants on this. It ain't coming off. I got the big hook with the slip weight. It's perfect. And I think this is actually like 65-pound braid. So, if you're going for a rod that you are catching giants with and you're getting giants, I definitely recommend this. So, that is my starting lineup, boys. Now, that being said, comment down below what videos you would like to see. I know I'm kind of posting some of the same videos and content and posting some new, some old, but it's really because we're trying to get out and fish more, but the weather here is very iffy right now. Ohio weather is not like Florida or Texas or, those other states where it's just warmer year-round where you can fish a lot more, but we try and get out when we can. But we got some ideas brewing. I made a video a little bit ago kind of explaining that. So, comment down below anything you'd like to see. Also, comment what rods you use and what rods you prefer. Now, I want to also be clear, this is all my opinion. So don't take it to the bank and think that you're going to cash out with all this. This is what works for me, but where you live and what you're fishing for might not work for you. But I think this is a very solid lineup for the fish I catch, which is pretty much every common freshwater fish that I have caught. Anywhere from, largemouth, smallmouth, bluegill, rock bass, crappie, any kind of catfish, bullhead, blue, channel, flathead, the list goes on, walleye, I know I'm forgetting a ton, perch, just all those type of freshwater lake fish that you can go after that are in my area. You definitely will have luck with these rods as long as you're using the correct bait, maybe some live bait. But that being said, these rods have done a great deal for me over the last 2 years, and the new ones have done great recently. So do with that information what you like. I think that's it for this video. I want to thank you guys for getting me to 1K once again. We're actually already from 1K. We're already like 25%. We're 1,260 followers or subscribers. That's awesome, guys. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace.